Hey, what up y'all? Nurse David here, coming at you from the den, and today I'm going to be talking about my transition from bedside nursing into nursing informatics. I wanted to make a video today even though I just got off of work because today is exactly 3 months since I have been in this position, and I really wanted to tell you guys what you could expect in your onboarding and how it differs compared to onboarding as a new grad nurse. Now, many of you know my background, but I was a bedside nurse for 6 years on the same unit, and on my unit I was what you would consider a super user. I was a preceptor. I precepted probably 5 or 6 new grads, and that might not sound like a lot, but each new grad has about 12 weeks of orientation with me until they're on their own. So I have a pretty good grasp of what precepting a new grad and what being a new grad on a unit is like. And having that knowledge, that background, going into this and being the new grad myself was super foreign to me. It's been a little bit of a struggle at the beginning, but for the most part I've been trying to keep an open mind, because that's the only thing I can do, is really just keep an open mind, roll with the punches, and really just try to learn as much as I can. But the onboarding for nursing informatics is completely different than what we know in bedside nursing. It's just a completely different field. Where I was a preceptor to a new grad for 12 weeks, 3 months, I would start with that new grad. I'd have them shadow me at the beginning, give them 1 patient, still shadow them, 2, 3, 4 patients, and that whole time I'm with them, seeing exactly what they're doing, looking over every piece of detail until one day they're on their own and I'm there with my own patients next to them and they can come to me with questions, but we're really working independently. Well, the onboarding in this field has really it started off with me see one, teach one. You know, I see one aspect of what they do and then I go ahead and teach it. Then I see another piece and I teach it. It was never really a timed process where I have so many weeks to learn the job. It was really take on projects as they come and learn as you go. And I'm a Virgo. I don't know if that means anything to you guys, but I'm a little bit of a type A, so learning for me can be a little bit difficult. I like things spelt out, but in this field nothing is spelt out, and especially in nursing informatics, we're the people who are answering the solutions now. We're not the people with the questions, we're the people with the answers. And the best thing that they taught me while I was on orientation was how to find the answer. As a nursing informaticist, we have a plethora of resources, you know, and at the beginning I did my best to take as many notes as I can. That way when I needed to locate something, I could identify what resource I could use to identify that answer. And I feel like I'm making it seem very simple, but when you're actually doing it, that's when the little bit of anxiety kicks in. Now, the main difference between this and bedside nursing is that no one's dying. This isn't a life or death situation. There's usually a workaround. And if I don't have the answer, the best thing that they taught me was to get the questions that I need out of the way and then let them know I'm gonna research that and I'll get back to you with the answer. And that piece of advice alone has really given me the most relief in this role, is knowing that nothing is life or death anymore, that I can take their concerns, come back to my desk, work on them, do the research, ask the questions to my team members who I need to, and then go back and present the answer. But that's pretty much how my onboarding went, was I learned little things here and there until one day it finally started clicking. Now, I'm talking like I've been in this role for quite a while, but I've been all over the place already, and I'm actually really liking it. You know, when I started this job, I was located in Phoenix, and they needed me to, so I was in Phoenix for a month, and then they needed me to take over a cancer center that was probably 10 or 15 minutes away from my home. Now, I don't know anything about oncology, but I said sure because the drive was much easier for me. Compared to 45 minutes, it was 10 or 15 minutes. And maybe this was a mistake, but honestly, I feel like it wasn't, because me being over there with the team was great. I had a backup system all the time, where I still do online, but I had them right there. but now me being over here by myself for the past 2 months has been good because I feel like it's really forced me to be more independent and really utilize those resources that they gave me in the beginning. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is that getting into this job and getting the hang of it is not impossible. Where at the beginning, I just remember feeling so frustrated, you know, and I still feel frustrated at times in this role because there is so much to it. But I do have that in the back of my head that this isn't life or death, and I do have time. That's the one thing that I have that no one else in healthcare has, is time. Now obviously I try to work as fast as I can to get the answers because those at the bedside, it can feel urgent to them, so I want to get them the answers quickly. But if it takes me a little bit longer than expected, then they're still happy when they get the answer in the end. Whew, I'm kind of tired, you know. One of the biggest changes was going from 3 12-hour shifts to 5 8-hour shifts. Working in this field, I am salary, and I've come to the conclusion that nursing informaticists do not work 12-hour shifts. There is potential to work 4 10s, but I have yet to come across a job that offers that. So that was also a big change for me, was going from 3 12-hour shifts to 5 8s. And this was something that really deterred me from wanting to get into this field in the first place, was the fact that I would have to be working 5 days a week. I thought I was going to have no time to do anything that I wanted because I was so used to only working 3 days and having 4 days off. I work my 8 hours. I wake up at 7 o'clock, get to work by 8, leave by 4, and from 4 all the way till 10 o'clock at night, that's 6 hours of time that I did not have before. Compared to when I was a bedside nurse doing 12-hour shifts, I get to work at 7 o'clock in the morning, get home at 7:30 to 8 o'clock, and only have a couple of hours before I had to go and eat and sleep and get back to work. So that time in the evening makes a big difference. And it didn't take very long for me to get adjusted to the schedule either. They just had me go on a work trip. If you saw my vlogs, I went to Wyoming and I had to do 12-hour shifts there just because we had a go live. We were implementing a very, very, very big change. So I had to do 12 and a half hour shifts, and I was shocked by how tired I was after that. Especially since I wouldn't think I would be because I worked at the bedside for 9 years, but it just so happens that I'm already adjusted to my shorter days, and by 2 o'clock their time, I was ready to get out of there because that was already 8 hours, but I had 4 more hours to go in the day. And if that is something that is deterring you from getting into nursing informatics, which is the schedule, I mean, it's actually not as bad as it sounds. It's not as strict because it is salary, so there is some flexibility in it, but I would just talk to your manager or talk to the person hiring you before you get on the team to make sure that this is going to work out for you. Now, I know that I'm just getting started in this field, but a question that my manager has been asking me is, what is my end goal? What is my end goal with nursing informatics? And up until this point, it has not been something that's crossed my mind. You know, for the past so many years, I've been working up to get to the spot that I am right now. So it was kind of shocking when he asked me, what do you want to do next? Because I didn't really think there was much to do next, but there are different routes in nursing informatics that you can go. A couple examples are project management. You can be the leader of projects, and if leading projects is something that you like, you can do that specifically in nursing informatics. If you like doing more of the build portion, that means possibly even coding or determining if something is even capable of being built within the EHR that you're working with. We use Cerner. I know some people use Meditech or Epic, but if you're looking into build, that's another route you could go. Or you can go the route that I'm in right now and just continue to climb up in that, which is engagement and support, which is at the bedside with the nurses, with the doctors, pretty much on the front line, seeing what the issues are and implementing the changes that are coming out with them. So when my manager asked me, where do I see myself going next? My answer was, for now, I really want to get good at the position that I'm in. And he said that was a great idea, especially because there is opportunities to move up in this role, in this category. become an expert in this, and then try sticking your foot in the water in something else. If you want to do build, if you want to do project management, there's so many different opportunities within nursing informatics that I had no idea about. I think I'm going to wrap up this video though. I will have to say overall I am happy. My stress level is completely gone being in this role. Sure, I had a little bit of anxiety trying to learn how they functioned, how they worked, but getting out of my comfort zone was probably one of the best things I ever did, and I'm excited to see where it goes next. If you guys have any questions about nursing informatics, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already, and check out one of my other nursing related videos right here. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.